Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
Good morning, and you heard the warning siren. Hey, it's Wednesday, and I figured we were overdue for a little commentary. And you may recognize the music in the background as Chopin's Funeral March, which I chose as some background music deliberately because we're kind of getting to a crossroads in our culture where we cannot keep doing the same thing we've done for the last month and a half, and that is have most of the nation sit at home, shelter in place, and hope for the best. Of course, we want nobody to die from the coronavirus, from COVID-19. But nor do we want to see people's lives ruined by our precautions. And that's what's going to happen. And people are reluctant to say anything because there's a whole squad of self-righteous people out there, Christians and otherwise, who act that as if you want to go back to work and support your family, you hate grandma, you hate your neighbors, you secretly don't care, you're a selfish person who doesn't care if other people get sick and die, you have to get back to work and make your money. Well, actually, yeah, you do have to get back to work. You do have to make a living. These will be the same people wringing their hands 6 months from now about economic ruin. At least, I suspect they will be. I don't know. I hope not. But, you know, if you're a Christian, you ought not be judging your neighbor on their actions. Ask them and question why. But there's this odd joy of virtue signaling going on for all the, I took more precautions than you. I wore a 3-layer mask and a full body suit to make sure that I don't A, get the virus, and B, nobody can say that I gave it to somebody else. There are all kinds of things going on to perpetuate the fear of this virus. Companies willing to develop apps so that you can track people. So yeah, you get the virus, we're going to put a tracking device on you on your phone. And so anybody you come in contact with can know that. You know, I part of me thinks, well, that's an interesting use of technology. But I don't think it's for a good purpose. Because I think, you know, our fears of this virus are greatly overblown. I think it's much worse than the flu. And it is deadly for a certain segment of our society. You know, if you're older, have health issues, even something like obesity, which should worry a hell of a lot of Americans, because that's probably our #1 health problem. Although nobody's going around slapping food out of people's hands, how about we start that as a national trend? If you're overweight and I see you eating, I'm going to encourage you to go tear the food out of their hand and say, you hate yourself and you want to be a potential carrier for COVID-19 because of your obesity. Is anybody going to do that? No. But this has become one of those bizarre chapters in our lives that none of us will ever forget. And we want to try to get back to some rational thinking about it. We have to be humble in the face of this, and there's a lot we don't know about. We know it came from China. We know the Chinese government lied about it for a good long while the rest of the world was an incubator. We were told masks wouldn't make a difference. Now we're told masks do make a difference. These are the things that seemed, we know, consistently help. Practicing good sanitation, like all of us are supposed to do since our childhood, but we're probably lax about doing. So good sanitation, washing your hands, now using a little more hand sanitizer, being aware of people who are sick. Now again, if you're asymptomatic, there's not a thing you can do about it. Asymptomatic means you don't know you got it, nobody else does. But I think we have lived in fear long enough. That little chant I do at the beginning with the monks singing, is a call. It's part of the funeral rite. And I know it's humorous because it's Monty Python, but I do it also deliberately because we're not going on forever on this ride. This is preparation for eternity, with God or without God. And that little chant, believe it or not, even though it's funny, but the monks banging their heads, is asking Jesus to have mercy on us, which we need in our life, and we certainly hope in our death. God bless. Happy Wednesday, everybody.